me see. Let me make sure everything is working properly. I think we good. I'll wait for some people to get in here to let me know what the sound is like. I won't be on camera. I'll explain why in a second. I'll explain why. Calm down. We gonna get into it. We are going to get into it. So I'm gonna give people some time to get in here because the live wasn't, I only had like maybe an hour and a half or two before. I don't have the music playing. My brother's in there doing his work from home thing, and I'm not trying to interrupt that. I'm gonna try to stay calm, cool, and collected here doing this live stream as we talk about y'all's boy Obama. But we still gonna give y'all a little bit of time to get right. What's up, P? What's up, Crystal? Mad love to Rita. Ben. What the fuck? Hold on. Let me get this over here. Okay. Okay. What's up, Ron? Leticia, Roland, Gina. What is up, everybody? There's nothing wrong with your screen. I'm not on camera. So y'all hit that like button on your way in. We gonna get into it here in about a minute or two. What's going on, Tehran? Mad love to you. SM, what is up? Oh, man. So, okay, everybody can hear me. Y'all hit that like button on your way in. I'm not on camera, so don't be expecting me to be on here. I didn't want to be on camera because I'm going to be honest with y'all. And the reason I'm late, because I said I was going to do this at 6:30, but the reason I'm late is because I called myself. I've been in the motherfucking sun getting roasted pretty much all day. You know what I'm saying? Been out here working in that motherfucking hot ass sun. I was able to come to the house and I called myself. I said, well, let me lay down and let me shut my eyes and lay down for a minute. Anybody ever shut their eyes and lay down for a minute? I don't even know if it's a real thing. I think if you plan on laying down for a minute, you might not wake up till tomorrow. I think you shouldn't even say that you're going to lay down for a minute. I think you come out a whole lot better saying I want to sleep for 4 days straight. And then maybe but if you intend to just lay down and just chill for a second, you're going to break all the way weak. And that's what the fuck happened to me. I done broke weak, clean weak in the motherfucking face. And then I look up and 6:30 looking at me like, didn't you tell these motherfuckers? Because I kind of woke up a little bit and then I looked at the clock and then something was like, yo, you was supposed to be doing some shit. But then something else was like, man, fuck that shit. You know what I mean? You know how y'all know how it is. Everything in me was like, man, fuck all that shit. Like, we got to get some sleep in this bitch. So once I saw a time, I was going to jump up. I took me a fucking shower. And I didn't feel like putting on no damn shirt or no shit like that. And I don't want y'all on here thinking, like, Rob done start trying to start a goddamn OnlyFans YouTube in this bitch. And I ain't want to hear nobody mouth. I don't got no goddamn, no OnlyFans shit going on with me. I'm off camera because I didn't feel like put on no shirt, I ain't feel like doing the work, okay? Okay. So that's why I'm not on camera. All right, y'all. Wow, don't egg me on like. Don't be egging me on, goddammit. Ain't no OnlyFans with Team Rob. We don't do that, you know. Like, where is this nigga shirt at? God damn it now. We didn't come here for this. But, y'all, I wanted to come in here and deal with y'all's boy, Obama. Right? And I'm going to take my time and go through here, and we going to have a good time. Y'all turn y'all's listening ears on, because there's a lot of confusion surrounding Obama. Okay, there's a lot of confusion. A lot of people like to choose to not do research and things like that. I had one lady hit me up today and she said, well, explain to me what he did. I don't know what he did. I told her to come join us here. Hopefully she is here. Hopefully she's here so we can get this lesson. I had some old lady on my Facebook. Hopefully she's here. Matter of fact, let me share this real quick, y'all, and then we're going to get into it. Because I don't want nobody like, I couldn't find it, so I'm still dumb. It's like, well, that's not my fault. So I don't got nothing to do with that. Not my fault. You know, black folk love to be spoon-fed. You tell them to go research something, they act like that shit gonna kill them. I'm melting. It's like, yo, what the fuck? What is your problem? I just said go look this shit up real quick. That way you won't have to argue with me. You can argue with the goddamn facts. Who has time to argue with niggas all day? Like, it's just like, yo. I'm going to say this. You can easily verify whether I'm on some bullshit or not. It's like, it's just, it kills me. Y'all hit that like button for me on your way in. Now, the reason that, if you've been following me for a while, hold on, before I get too far ahead of myself. First and foremost, shout out Team Rob. Y'all already know what the fuck it is. Black first, second, and third in the motherfucking buildings. If you down with B123, type that up in the comment section for me. Give me a little positive reinforcement that you're paying attention to some of the shit that I say. Put B123 up in the comment section. All right. So, now, if you've been following me for a while, I was running down on Obama. I mean, we've been doing that work, right? We've been doing that work over here. But the thing is about everybody who was talking about Obama during his administration, it was looked at as if it was some hater shit, right? Finally, we got a black president and these black folk just want to tear him down. And let me tell y'all something. I knew at that moment that my people were completely gone in the motherfucking mind. Because before I even went down this would-be pro-black path, I was anti-government. And at that point, what I saw, when I saw Obama, I saw, they got their first black employee. You know how motherfuckers, some businesses be there, well, this is our first black executive that we ever had. That's what America, 3Ks don't get this shit fucked up, Incorporated, essentially did. That's what they did. See, we all for inclusion. Look at what we got for you niggas out here. Look at this. His wife, and then you see her, chocolate woman, the children and everything. They kind of presented him that way, and we fell for that. It was nothing but their first black employee. That's all he was. So understand that, I saw both sides of this thing. One, he's just an employee of America. 3Ks don't get this shit fucked up, Incorporated. He's just an employee, and thus he's going to do exactly what the establishment, exactly what the business tells him to do. I didn't come in thinking he was going to necessarily do anything for black people, but I thought maybe he'll be like, man, fuck these rules. Now that I'm in here and I see what's going on, I'll ride. And because he didn't take that path, I was on his motherfucking head. And we all should have been on his motherfucking head for that. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers was giving him the old spook who sat by the door treatment. Y'all know we love to treat black people like this. will come talk about their intentions. We can see them doing all types of coon shit, all types of anti-black shit. But what we'll say is, oh, well, they just doing that to get in closer with them. And it's like, yo, no. Like, they just on some coon shit. They have no vested interest in the black collective. They're into their own individualistic uplift. That's what it's all about. That's why I don't jump on no bandwagons with y'all when y'all bigging up Jay-Z, which happens to be a really good friend of Obama. I'm not bigging up Jay-Z because, again, we're looking at people who are doing things that, in my opinion, they're capitalist first. If you are capitalist first, or you work for a capitalist organization, which America 3Ks Don't Get This Shit Fucked Up Incorporated is. This is an oligarch. This is a plutocracy. It's about money first. Therefore, you cannot be for black people and for capitalism at the same time, because the formula for capitalism to work is to keep the rich richer at the expense of the poor and of working class peoples. That is what it is. The first thing Obama did when he got into office was what? Who remembers? Who knows? And this is the problem I have with people who support Obama. Nobody knows the answers to these questions. Now, the people who don't fuck with Obama, they know the answer to these questions, but the large, vast amount of people who do, they don't know the information. They don't know what he did. Oh, I thought he just showed up as black. He did something? Yes, motherfucker, he did something. His first act was anti-black. His very first act was anti-black. He bailed out the banks. Guess what those banks have been towards you the entire time? Anti-black. So if you're going to bail out a conglomerate, because that's what all big banks are, they're just a conglomerate. If you're going to bail out the big bank conglomerate, if you're going to bail these people out as your first act, then your first act was to be on the side of a conglomerate that is anti-black. How the fuck do you allow that? How the fuck do you support that? If you black and you understand this. This is around the time the housing crisis was going on, right? You had millions of people losing their homes, black people included, on account of these banks running these motherfucking schemes. Understand, this is America. 3Ks Don't Get This Shit Fucked Up Incorporated. So do you think they give a fuck about people on the streets? No. They'll shame the homeless, act like they don't know even how the homeless got here. And then they'll do things like this, where they'll trick off. The big banks tricked off the money on yachts, buying goddamn prostitutes, yachts, mansions, paying for sex trafficking, putting money into sex trafficking, paying to have sex with children as well. Now, y'all don't like to talk about this. Y'all don't like to deal with that. Now, the elite class, these motherfuckers that's rich, you know, rich, they are into some sick ass, sadistic ass shit involving children a lot of times. Whether we're talking about sacrificing children or full blown raping children into sex trafficking. They buying our children. A lot of those children that they be buying, black children. So again, you have a man who came in here not exposing any of this. He's allowing it to take place. His hands is tied. How the fuck did he give damn near $1 trillion to the big banks? That means his hands aren't tied. That means his hands are working for the other motherfucking side. And I get tired of you niggas talking about tied hands. Huh? These motherfuckers are sick. His hands were not tied. His hands were doing work for your enemy. That's what his hands was doing. Understand that. And that's before I even get into some of the other legislation that he signed. So let me get into what happened yesterday. Obama, who is now the former president, and we're going to jump back and forth for y'all, just keep up. Obama, he's now the former president, decides to come out and address the nation about George Floyd and police brutality, which we need to just be calling police murder. They just murdering people. Brutality is just it's too soft of a word sometimes, I think, when you look at some of the things that they have done. The millions of black lives that have been affected by their antics and fuckery. Here this motherfucking former president come. Here he come out of nowhere, wanting to decide to address the nation. You'll see him, he'll give his little tweets when shit happen. You know what I'm saying? He'll give his little tweets. People always comment on him being more well-versed, more eloquent than cave-ass Donald Trump. People will do that my forever president shit. So this is why he has the arrogance to come out here and call himself addressing the nation. This is what he still know he got the juice. Because you niggas is dumb. That's basically what he's saying. Well, I know y'all dumb as hell. And I got the juice with you niggas. So I can come out here and address the nation about police brutality and give my suggestions on what should happen. As a former politician who still operates and moves like a politician. He's never had a pro-black stance. Never. Not once. He called you niggas thugs before Donald Trump called you niggas thugs. Barry did that. Donald Trump is so racist for saying that about these black protesters. He's so racist. Obama called y'all thugs before, you know. Y'all got on Hillary about the super predator thing. And how the fuck y'all let Obama get away with calling y'all thugs? And it's like, yeah, well, I don't even know that he did that for real. I had motherfuckers acting like I done spit some conspiracy shit out here. Like he called y'all thugs for what y'all was doing over in Baltimore about Freddie Gray. Called y'all thugs then. Y'all let that slide. See, what has happened is everything he's done that has been anti-black, y'all just let it slide. And now you sitting here confused, like, what did he do then? I don't even know. What the fuck? You didn't care to know what he did. You saw him, he smiled, showed up with his wife and kids, and you just, that was enough for you. You didn't care. You didn't care where he came from. You didn't care what he did. He does not understand your struggle. Because one, he doesn't identify with that struggle because he's a half cave. He's half cave, raised by the caves. He's cave raised. Born and bred cave. But he decides to address the nation because he know he still has black people's ear. He know he can still be used to sway black people. Right? That's y'all's forever president, right? Now, I didn't listen to what the fuck he said. I didn't listen to his speech because, you know, at this point, I already know what type of shit Obama gonna be into. Smoke and mirrors. See, y'all love a good talking motherfucker, but one thing you have to know about somebody that's gonna talk good, they be lying like hell to your motherfucking face a lot of times. So what I saw was Keisha Lance Bottoms. And y'all know I've been on her ass. Black people love them some Keisha Lance Bottoms. What I see is a coon, okay? I see a sellout, all right? I don't see her as anything more. You're not going to convince me that she's anything more. She does not take strong stances for black people, even though she is doing her work out there in Georgia. She doesn't take strong stances with black people. She don't do that. Now, what she did was she was very vocal about the people being detained in these cages as they had these so-called Hispanics. She came out and did something about that. When they was locking the, ICE was coming locking motherfuckers up in these cages. Oh, she was big mad then. Big mad. Now she got to say that the black protesters is out here doing the work, trying to let their voices be heard. And if you're not going to listen to me, goddamn, we'll take to the streets. Well, y'all need to go back in the house. There's another way. You always notice that motherfuckers will tell you there's another way, but they don't give you a new other way. They give you the same other way that they've been telling you to do. Go vote. I'm not listening to anybody telling black people, stop, chill, go vote. No, motherfucker. No. And at some point, we are going to have to start looking at these motherfuckers in their face when they start talking that voting shit and saying, no, I'll pass, motherfucker. Now, you may or may not add the motherfucker. That's where I kind of be with this shit. But we must start looking at people and doing that shit. Well, no. No, we not doing that no more. We've been doing that, right? Right. So we're not going to keep doing that. And you're not going to keep coming and yelling that at me like that's the solution to our problems. This is what the fuck Keisha Lance Bottom is. Now, what Obama was able to do was get on TV, give a speech. And let me give y'all the, I'm going to give y'all the overall, because I'm going to read a tweet now from Keisha Lance Bottoms. She says, Atlanta accepts the challenge, Barack Obama. I will issue an executive order establishing a commission of stakeholders and organizers to examine our use of force policies and call upon them to make recommendations accordingly. Thank you for your leadership. Now, I'll read that bottom part. That's the most important part that you need to understand. It says, to examine our use of force policies and call upon them to make recommendations accordingly. This is what Obama got his whole ass on TV and said this is a challenge that he's giving out to the mayors and shit. Examine use of force policies. Bitch, nobody asked you for that. I didn't ask you to look at it because we've been looking at it. We're not asking you to look at it. Do y'all remember when they was talking about reparations, when the conversation about reparations started being something that people challenged politicians to talk about? One of their first suggestions was to appoint a committee of people to look at the issue of reparations. Do y'all remember that? Who all remembers that? Who all remembers that? Well, we'll look at it and we'll see. We'll try to see what y'all talking about. Who remembers that? I remember that shit. This is the same thing they're trying to do with the fact, like, look, we can't allow these motherfuckers to keep insulting us. And I don't give a damn if it's good talking ass Obama. I don't give a damn if it's slow ass, illiterate ass, cave ass Trump or whoever. It doesn't matter to me. We have to stop allowing people to insult us. Bitch, I don't need you to look at it. I looked at it already. My ancestors was looking at it before I even got here. So why the fuck are you going to look at it? And she says here, make recommendations. You see, there's a disconnect into, and maybe it's me, and I'll explain my point. Maybe it's me. There's a disconnect into what idea I have about what I want to see happen and what these motherfuckers are offering. I don't need nobody to look at it. I'm not even dealing with the use of force policies. That's not even what we're dealing with here. Because those policies does not mean that the police will abide by the policies. They take oaths and all types of shit. They don't give a fuck about no damn policies. It's the Fraternal Order of Police. One of the biggest gangs in America, 3Ks, don't get this shit fucked up incorporated. It is the enforcement arm of white supremacy. Institutional racism. Use of force. No, what I want to know is how in the fuck, if a motherfucker does use excessive force, how they keep getting off. Can we talk about the entire system and not just turn this thing into something that's specifically about the cops, 3Ks as well? Y'all know how we do here. Can we talk about the system that allows them to get off? Because look, they gonna do shit, right? Once they get caught doing shit, there's an entire system behind them that lets them off. There's a jury of their peers who will let them off. There is a judge in place. There's DA in place. So we can't just talk about the policies as far as the police are concerned. We have to talk about and make an issue of the entire system that is allowing these motherfuckers to get off. Either full-blown impunity or they'll get the Amber Geiger treatment. I can murder you in full-blown cold blood. You found me guilty of doing it, But I only get 10 years for it. And eligible for parole in 5. And she is a cave hoe. So she's most definitely getting parole in 5. They'll say she's been upstanding, she's changed, and Brother John's family's writing letters to her, They baking cookies for her and sending them to her on our commissary, So she gonna get her motherfucking parole. So see, what we have to stop doing is, I know people want to say, people always telling me I be too amped up. People call me negative and all types of shit. But I'm just paying attention. It's not my fault that you're not. And I'm not gonna keep on allowing motherfuckers to treat me like I'm the one that's not paying attention. No, motherfucker, it's you. You're not paying attention. Y'all letting Obama get on TV sitting here talking about goddamn use of force policies, and that's not what this is about. It's about the system that allows these motherfuckers to walk. Hold on, y'all give me a second. Hold on. It's about this entire system. Obama got his bitch ass on TV and okey-doked you niggas. Yes, that's what he does. That is his purpose. That was his purpose upon entering the White House. I have people that say to me, well, what did Obama do that was so wrong? What did he sign? Now, these are people that are ignorant, because we're going to go back and forth, so I need y'all to keep up. Some of you are familiar with the Blue Alert Law, signed in 2015 by your President Barack Obama. Legislation that protects the police. It was 2 cave-ass cops that got popped on. And Obama came and signed legislation to protect the police. It's called the Blue Alert Law. You can Google that shit right now. I'm not going to get into very specifics, because when it first happened, I talked about it, and black people told me, this don't matter. He everybody's president, not just black people's. We some low self-esteem ass coons, ain't we? You know why white people ain't never got to say, well, somebody insert white president's name here. They're not just white people's president. Do you know why the caves never say that? It's because every fucking time they have a president in there that is of their hue from the same cave, they're looking out for those people. And thus, they don't have to say, well, they everybody president. Because it's not like one of these cave-ass motherfuckers is going in there looking out for black people and white people looking at him like, yo, you doing all this shit for black folk. Like, what the fuck you doing? They don't do that. They don't do that. Black people say this about Obama, and in order to rebut someone who's calling his hoe ass out. This is what they'll say. This is what they'll do. Whenever you railing in on his ass, they'll say, well, he wasn't just black folk president. What y'all expect him to do? This is what low self-esteem look like. This motherfucker ran his whole campaign, used his blackness, tied it around his wife and his children, pimped them out, just put them all out there. All in front of you, so you can support him based on his blackness. But when it comes time for him to be black and do some black shit, oh, well, he wasn't just black folks president. Is your self-esteem that low, nigga? With your coon ass. He ran a campaign to get you to look at his blackness, and you gonna come in here when it comes time for you to hold him accountable for some of the things that he's done, some of the things that he signed. Oh, all of a sudden, oh, he wasn't just black folk president then. Our self-esteem is low as fuck. It's low. He didn't do shit for you when he was a president. He also signed the NDAA. Y'all like to talk about how the government comes over and takes away some of your powers and your privacy and shit like that, right? This is a real thing. Well, he signed the act to make that shit be cool. I can come snatch you up, If I just decide you being anti-American, I can snatch you the fuck up, send your ass to a secret prison, no warrants and shit. Y'all heard about a lot of these no-knock warrants being acted out. I mean, this is things that were happening under his watch. No knocks and all types of shit going. This is basically like a no-knock. This motherfucker was signing this type of legislation. If you don't know, if you want to read the exact legislation, just Google NDAA. Again, I'm gonna start showing y'all how easy shit is. Y'all too used to getting spoon-fed. NDAA. Look this shit up real quick if you're not sure, if you're confused, or if you feel like I'm making this shit up. He also signed the Monsanto Protection Act. How the fuck isn't this stuff anti-black? Knowing damn well these motherfuckers is out here poisoning people, but you gonna protect them. Same thing you did with these motherfucking cops. Same thing you did with the goddamn big banks. You have a habit of doing this, but black people don't care about any of this shit. Drone striking the shit out of countries in the Middle East. See, a lot of motherfuckers will say, well, Congress wasn't really letting him get busy like that. His hands was tied. Y'all know this that same hands tied shit. When you go back and look at what he actually signed, the question would have to be, was his hands tied? Because I'm going to keep asking y'all this. Or was his hands busy at work for your motherfucking enemy? You're going to have to look at this shit. Motherfuckers is tired of thinking for you niggas. I got to hold you in my arms like a fucking baby and walk this shit down. I shouldn't have to do that. Shouldn't none of us have to do that? It's so-called 2020. And if you ain't looked at the goddamn history by now, and you can still sit here and say shit like, well, you know, it ain't that bad. That's my forever president. Like, what? The Dark Act? How do you overlook that? I don't gotta tell you what's going on in your food. Who is that going to affect the most? Because, you know, they don't really give a fuck about white casualties. Understand that. They don't care about cave casualties. And this is one of the arguments that motherfuckers always like to make. And they make it seem like the people that are in this category of being a cave casualty is equal to being black. What are y'all talking about? Why do y'all say little stupid ass shit like that? It's not equal to being black just because there's a cave casualty here. There's going to be cave casualties because y'all forgetting the last part of how I spell America. Incorporated. This is a business. Your life doesn't fucking matter. This applies to the lower class cave as well. This applies to the trailer park. These motherfuckers don't, you know, on this incorporated level, they don't give a fuck. Like, it could have been some white folk in Flint. There's some white folk in Flint right now, right? It's some white folk up there. The caves is up there in the area. They may be dealing with trash ass water, but they're a cave casualty. The direct attack, the blunt force of the attack, the blunt force of the wrong, and this happened under Obama too. Governor, what the fuck is his name? Is it Schneider up there? Should have been arrested. That's anti-black. That's not giving a fuck about those black people. Black people bearing the blunt force of the attack. And you want to tell me the cave casualties is just as bad off as me? Nah. Nah. I'm not going to allow you to do that shit. Because we have to start talking about, and this is the conversation that black politicians need to be having. Then comes the caveat of your enforcing arm, your enforcing branch of white supremacy in these motherfucking cops. And you can tell them not to use excessive force. I mean, you can make us believe that, Lance Bottoms. You can have them, you know, you can say some stupid ass shit like you're going to have them look at it because that's what Obama thinks is best. Just have them look at it. But there's an entire system designed to oppress an entire fucking people. Like, how the fuck do y'all keep wanting people to look over that shit? How long can people ignore this shit? And then these black people get on TV, so-called black, right? Because I'm talking about Lance Bottoms now. We're not even talking about bitch-ass Obama. But so-called black people get on TV, making tweets, and social media is cool. Now they type this shit out, giving their motherfucking sellout positions, and we just act like that shit cool. Like, how the fuck am I gonna watch you sell me out? You are using words that you think gonna work on me because you looking at me right in my face. You know what I'm saying? Like, it should be insulting. It should be an insult to have these motherfuckers come have. That's a goddamn little bit of a... They're going to have. How are you going to have an argument? This is going to take half of the argument. Half of the reality, a big part of that reality. But you want to talk about a little bit of it every once in a while. Sometimes say a little stupid ass shit to us like, well, we gonna get some people together to look at it. What the, this stuff should be insulting. And it doesn't matter even if you love Obama. You have to start looking at some of this shit as an insult. You don't have a choice. You got kids looking at you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I feel like it should become. Like, you have children looking at you. You have them in schools where they are teaching them to do some forms of research. You want them to do that research on, this cave history. They're tested on that. But you won't even do your research as to what's going on, how your group is being targeted, and how you have to have a very specific claim to justice in this country. Your shit has to be specific. Because there's something very specific going on to you. And not just last week. Not just George Floyd. Period. Like, what? This is the whole time. Mad love to everybody that's here right now. Y'all make sure you hit the like button for me. Put the word out that we over here. Let them know we gets it in and we not fucking around either. Because black people, you have to see this. It's insulting at this point if you don't see this. And you don't see how this government is against you. It's not just the motherfucker that's coming to call you a nigger. It's not just him. You might come into contact with people who feel like that in their heart. They're just not going to tell you. A lot of these people become politicians. That's just the facts. And you're told that you have to decide who's going to represent you. And this is how you obtain liberation, retribution, and fairness, because we have to make sure we don't just say, I want it to be equal now. We have to make sure we don't allow them to shame us into that position, or we begin to find that position logical, because I don't just want fair. I'm not okay with fair. Lifting everybody up. No, this shit is very specific. My people have been targeted, And we are in a position where y'all are saying certain things are stopping. Certain things are going to change. While y'all continue to come out your mouth with this shit, and now that you have these black and half-cave puppets running out here doing all this yapping, playing all these fucking games about it, mincing words, and trying to manipulate black people into being happy with shit that we should see as subpar by now. Like, come on, we're getting subpar, less than, bottom cast, bullshit ass treatment. And by now, you have to be mad about that shit. You have to see the people that have been used to even get you to this point, the positions that have been used to get you to this point. And you must begin to look at these motherfuckers with what y'all call these days the side eye. We can't keep letting these motherfuckers get away with this. We can't keep calling Obama smart, brilliant, intelligent. He's so well educated. How? When he telling goddamn fucking microcosm of your story and acting like he down with the people. And your self-esteem so low that you keep taking this crumb ass support from these people that are supposedly in powerful positions. But if you understand how this government works, you understand that these positions are not powerful. This system was not designed for those positions to be actually powerful. That's not what its design was intent for. That wasn't the intent here. The intent was to continue to put people in certain positions and have them doing little silly ass shit. And then everybody will think this is the representation of Black America. We allowed that shit on our watch because we sit back and let these motherfucking coons get on TV, and after they got done fucking coon babbling, we clapped our goddamn hands. What? We allowed this shit. That's why he was able to get on TV. So I'm mad at him, but he got his stride, he got his arrogance from us. And that's why the people who are against the system, who've been calling this shit out, we've had to be so vocal. I know y'all be telling people, oh, damn, it seems like y'all always talking about it. Well, that's because nobody else is. That's because it doesn't matter to anybody else. So your voice got to be 3, 4, 5 times as loud because the people that they put out front to represent us are telling only a piece of the goddamn story, if that, or completely denying the story even still is happening right now. They like the shit was old news, like it's a goddamn folktale or some shit. Y'all see how they do this shit? They're like this some type of goddamn legend, the legend of racism and institutional oppression. Like, no, that's not a legend. That's not an old tale. That's not some shit you sit around and goddamn tell stories about around the goddamn campfire of the old days. These bitches just start hiding that shit better, and you niggas fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. That's all that happened here. We expect the very least, because our self-esteem is so low, because we've been treated so poorly in this country, even the little pieces of, they can just throw some shit out here and send Obama and them to come push it. Y'all seen it just raise the shit to second degree murder against the cave who murdered George Floyd. Because I'm not going to be sitting around saying his name like that. A cave exhibiting cave behavior. When you make them specific, it kind of almost gives people the ability to try to detach from it. Like, no, this is the group. Stop trying to act like we suffering from some type of goddamn illusion. We're not suffering from an illusion. This is what's happening, and this is a mayor. Now, y'all want us to believe that state and local levels and these things, these are big things. But if the person that you vote for is blue, they're going to have blue talking points. Blue is Democrat. I'll walk y'all that far. I won't do no more, I promise. You have a motherfucker in there with a certain ideology, and the Democratic Party uses this to their advantage, because these people are typically going to tell us to have a seat, sit down, wait for due process, and they're not going to be like, man, fuck this shit, burn this motherfucker. You're not going to see a politician do that. You're not even going to see him get close to doing some shit like that. Or even suggest anger. Do y'all notice that they're always telling us to stop being mad? Do you notice that? I know you're emotional right now, but leveler heads must prevail. And it's like, yo, I'm being level-headed. I haven't went into my job and murdered any caves. I haven't murdered nobody. It's warranted at times. It is warranted. You suffering from so much goddamn trauma that it would be warranted. You're keeping a level head. Do not let motherfuckers tell you that by speaking about what your people are going through, that's you being angry. That's the point. That's the entire point. I'm not here to tell you no goddamn bedtime story that ends in peace, has a happy ending or some shit. We're still in this shit. Motherfuckers keep talking about this shit like it's done already had a happy ending at some point. Oh, it stopped. It stopped. Remember Obama? Remember we got him, so that meant it stopped. That's how motherfuckers act. Oh yeah, America is no more, man. Look what they did. Yeah, they cool now. Yeah, the caves. Yeah, they even voted for him too. Yeah, so that makes it, that makes it all right. Because some of them voted for him too. So you got motherfuckers out here trying to shame black people into calming down as if people just got up over George Floyd being murdered. Like there hasn't been a string of murders that take place against black men, women, and children, by the way, that we just kind of gloss over. They're killing white men and women too. It's like, okay, but the people who are suffering from the blunt force of being targeted is black people. And I'm not doing it in brown because, who has time, really? Do you really have time to carry anybody else's water for them? Like trying to hold other motherfuckers up. Do we really have time for that? To make sure that they know that we are with them? Do we have time for that? We've been here far too long. If these motherfucking black Hispanics want to continue to sit around acting like that somehow the cave's going to accept them, still want to sit around and be racist towards us like we did something to them, that's insulting. I'm not trying to convince these motherfuckers that I give a fuck about Rodriguez and Nunez, and I'm not about to do that shit. I don't have time to do that shit. Your people are racist against me for no reason. The fuck you mean? Why am I carrying you when I know damn well you don't really give a fuck about what's going on with me? Black and brown coalition? Like, what? Like, wait a minute. What? Coalition? When? You mean use us and did not give a fuck about us? Is that what it means to have some type of partnership? Because ain't no quid pro quo going on right there. You have these Spanish speaking, either would be your Hispanics or Mexicans or whatever the fuck you want to call them, whatever area or region you want to go into. These bitches have the audacity to be racist towards black people. Like, what? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. How? What are you talking? What? Give me your story. Tell me what happened that's going to make that, like, my people did something to your entire group of people? When? When? You gonna come talk to me about excessive use of police force, but you won't talk to me about them planting drugs on our people? Harsh mandatory minimums set against our people. And y'all's boy Joe Biden had a lot to do with that. Guess who he friends with? Like, what? Y'all said Bush was a racist, didn't you? Guess who he friends with? Like, you. Hillary Clinton was the Secretary of State. I mean, he friends with her still. They cool. They buddies. All these anti-black people that Obama seems to be cool with, and y'all don't connect dots. Black people. Come on. You cannot support a person who is telling half the story. They done set our people up, locking our people up for, minor offenses, giving them 30, 40 fucking years. At one point, they was giving 20 motherfucking years just for loitering, what they would call loitering. Black people couldn't be anywhere, and a legal system. And I want you to think about this part. An entire system said that was okay. That is cool. They didn't look at the charge like, loitering, what did he do? All he did was be black. Man, get the fuck out of here. If the system did that to cops, to these laws, then it wouldn't be like this. There's an entire system that says this shit is okay. Judges, DAs, cops, lawyers, the whole motherfucking team. They're okay with this shit. Do y'all see what y'all having to do? You're telling the people that are okay with this shit not to be okay with this shit anymore. You wouldn't have to do that work if racism was this goddamn folktale, fantasy. Some shit they could, make a goddamn one of them little Disney some shit, some Disney shit. Like, this is real life shit. And it is not over. It did not stop. So, therefore, what the fuck you mean? Like, that's all you want to... Sometimes you want to look at people, especially nowadays, right? You want to look at them motherfuckers, yo. And as soon as they even get half of some coon shit out, you just want to be like, fuck you mean? How you still there? Like, what's your excuse for being in this space where this shit ain't even real to you? You act like there is, motherfuckers try to put it in the realm of conspiracy, and I hate that so much. Like, there's some conspiracy shit being talked about here. Like, something stopped. and coons all on fucking TV representing us. Because y'all think Obama is different than Candace Owens. Y'all think y'all looking at two different people. This is where the trick bag, this is what's done fucked y'all up for so long. Y'all think they different. Because Candace Owens does not mince words. She is a coon. She's proud to be a coon. That's her lane. She doesn't care. Y'all can see her coming from a mile away. Like, really, ho? You give her that really ho look. And y'all be big mad at Candace Owens and some of her coon ass talking points. She just did some shit that was trending on fucking Facebook or some shit, where she made a goddamn video wanting to dig up or talk about how much of a criminal George Floyd was and how he shouldn't be a martyr for a movement. You see what they keep trying to do to us? Acting like this shit is just about George Floyd and what happened to him. Like, have y'all been listening to us? That's what they make it seem like. Have you been listening to us? We've been talking before George Floyd. People that were, dead and gone when I was born was talking about this shit. Before George Floyd was even born. This was a problem. This was an issue. There's an entire system that allows our people to be treated like motherfucking trash. And y'all keep telling us that it's not happening. You can't solely look at no fucking, how much force police use without looking at the system that is there in place to not bring charges, to not give them the same harsh treatment that any other would-be citizen would get, since they keep claiming that black people are citizens somehow. Only time we citizens is if they want us to follow the goddamn law. Y'all notice that? That's the only time we get to be some type of citizen of this great nation. When we supposed to be appreciative just to be here, act like citizens, when it's talking about upholding these motherfucking laws that are completely against our people, that's the only time we can be good citizens. That's the only time we can be so-called good black people, is if we ignore everything that's going on. Everything that's going on. Ignore all that shit, and then you get to be good. Then you get to be okay. You come talk it cool and know your people real cool like Obama. Well, you'll do. And racist white folk, racist caves, may not love Obama because they're just racist. They don't see the legislation aspect of it. They're just racist. But a Candace Owens, see, they love her though. Because see, she could be called a nigger and smile. Y'all understand that? She one of them. Them folk in them caves can call her a nigger and she'll fuck around and just act like that's a compliment. That'd be cool with her. Well, yeah, they use it. She one of them. That shit might turn her on. Because I hear she laid in the goddamn caves any goddamn way. So I automatically assume some type of, slave play type of shit is going on. And there's no problem with them shit. It's The motherfucker smiling. See, that's the type of motherfucker that Candace Owens is. And y'all put so much space in between her and Obama. They both misrepresent us with a microphone in their goddamn face. Now, Obama was sent to trick an entire people. He was sent to set us back to where we were, on the plantation and didn't even know that we were, even being slaves. Like, when it was plenty of us like that, like, ain't nothing wrong. Like, yeah, what fuck y'all going? Y'all trying to get away from here? What you mean? What you mean? Where else in the world is better than here? Like, what plantation you heard about? These motherfuckers were such coons, they would think a motherfucker was going to another goddamn plantation. Like, nah, I'm not going to another plantation. I'm getting the fuck up out of here. I'm going north. I'm just going to strike out that way. Are you down? No, son, no, I don't. No, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay my motherfucking ass in the house. And since you told me the plan, you might want to kill me now, because I'm going to go tell on your ass. Because I'm not getting in trouble fucking around fucking with you. You're going to have Massa in a bad mood. And I'm going to get more of the brunt of the punishment, you see. This is the type of mentality these motherfuckers got. They don't want to stand up. That's why that position has always been shamed. It doesn't matter where we were. That position was shamed on the motherfucking plantation. It's still being shamed right now. They love coons, full-blown coons, that'll buck dance for them and all this shit. And then they got the other coons that's basically like, well, we need to get over this and come up with a peaceful way to, figure this thing out. Like, who the fuck been peaceful with us? How are we supposed to know what peace look like? We haven't been shown no peace. You asking me for peace and I don't even know what the fuck it looks like? Your version of peace is our goddamn fathers in prison for 30 years? Is that what it is? Is that what peace is? Mass incarceration? Telling people that we the criminals? Putting data out, trying to act like that we some of the most vicious, savage motherfuckers out here, like use all this propaganda against our people. Is this the peace you talking about? Murdering our children? Is this peace? What does peace look like? What is that? It can't be an Obama presidency. Y'all see how many black people died under Obama's presidency at the hands of the cops? No time served? And he gonna come out here and give a speech? And we respect that shit? Nah. I don't know about y'all, but not me. I'm not okay with that shit. Cause see, I've been watching this motherfucker move the whole time, even while he was president. It didn't matter. I keep my eyes on all these motherfuckers. You have to. You can't even focus on just one motherfucker. This is a system. That means the whole chain is fucked up. From the cops all the way up to the motherfucking prison guards. Like, it doesn't stop. The warden leasing inmates out to crop fields and shit. Like, yo, this is happening now. This isn't, this is not no old time tale here. This isn't fable. This isn't the Bible, right? This ain't the Bible, motherfucker. This is actual real shit that's going on right now. You got motherfuckers that can believe in Jesus, but don't believe racism exists. How? How can you believe in something that you ain't never ever seen, but you don't believe in shit that's happening right in front of your goddamn face? How you know, you get to be to that point. Like, what the fuck? And because so many of our people have been asleep and are only having a piece of the conversation, they're not talking about the entire system. They'll say the phrase systematic racism, institutional racism. They'll say the phrase, but they never fully explain it. They never go through it for real. Because there's layers to this shit. It's all fucked up. And we supposed to take a motherfucker going to examine something and get somebody to give some recommendations? You're going to make that an executive order to do that? This system was designed for black people to be the losing team. Other people started coming over here. And they got hit as a casualty. And these people will try to convince us that somehow we the same. We got the same struggle. Black people, you don't have the same struggle as anybody else on earth. Your struggle isn't similar to anybody other than other black people. That's it. That's all. Wherever black people are, the governments, no matter where we are allowing fucked up shit to happen to us, and nobody sees any type of punishment for it. That's what systemic is. Not here, I'm a cop, I take somebody to the prison or to the jail, do all this bullshit, and the judge sees my case and throws it the fuck out. No. Judge, jury, let that shit slide through. A lot of games being played. Our school district's trash. Gentrification is real. Redlining, real. Never rectified. Because we have to start saying, we have to make sure that we add the never rectified part. Because somehow they'll act like, well, redlining ain't happening now, so it's like, bitch, you never fixed it. You never did anything. You made shit what you called even. Try to make it so-called fair. We don't need fair. We need restitution. Retribution. Reparations. Our struggle is too unique. You don't get to come over here and say we the same. That's insulting to me. Especially when I see your actions. And we have to understand that once we make these people celebrities, once we put them up on that level, once this government sees they have a certain influence over us, whether they are on the red side or the blue side, they're on the same side. Candace Owens equals Barack Obama. Until you get a clear understanding of that, you're going to be confused. You're going to be in a situation where you don't know what everybody's so upset about. And you choose to be confused. Because there are plenty of us, even before I was born, that made it very fucking clear. You can play clips of people who, were talking in the 60s. And it's still relevant right now. You can see transcripts from any period, and it's still relevant right now. You know why that is? It's because it's still happening. And black people, by and large, don't fully understand the gravity of the situation. We'll take other people's narratives and use them. This bootstrap talk. All you gotta do is work hard and you can make it. Then I have to ask you, well, what's making it? Because is that me being murdered in the streets while everybody watches? My own people watch? Is that what that's supposed to be? Is that making it? Because this is painted up as this country for people to come over here and find all types of opportunities. To work your way up hustling, doing whatever you gotta do to earn you a nice position in the capitalist system. It's painted as that type of place where any and everybody you can do it if you just try hard enough. We supposed to start from there. Watch them bomb places like Black Wall Street, destroy these areas, and we supposed to just act like you don't act like that. Nobody went to prison for the bombing of Black Wall Street. Nobody did any time. 100 years later, these motherfuckers say they sorry. That's the type of disrespect you get. Even outside of a George Floyd. Outside of a Breonna Taylor. Outside of Ahmaud. This shit been fucked up. It ain't newly just get fucked up. This has been what our people have experienced. So why the fuck are we letting these motherfuckers tell us that we going too far? We want too much. When they ain't never gave us any goddamn thing. It's almost like they look at it like, well, all right, we've done enough for you people. Y'all should settle in now. And most black people okay with that. Just settle in. Put your feet up. Right? Here's a remote. Watch TV. Eat. Make sure you eat. Soda too. Soda is the shit. Drink a lot of fucking soda. Right? And some of us are okay with that. Some of us cool with that shit. We can just sit by while it happens and, remain calm and quiet and cool and go to the polls, get a sticker, feel good about that, go to church on Sunday, pray to Jesus, feel real good about that. All this shit that we have that we feel real good about, like it's okay, like it's not as bad, like that's how low our self-esteem is. That's how badly we've been treated here. Well, you can get more bullshit, but as long as it's less than the bullshit that you was already getting, you think it's a goddamn come up. Like, oh my God. Like, I prayed for this moment. Have you ever seen niggas like that? Let me tell you how crazy black people are. They'll fuck around and get some shit like, the Civil Rights Act of, they'll get that shit signed and, oh my God, thank you, God. You prayed to God for a peace? Like, hold on, man. Let me slow this shit down. I want y'all to think about this for a second. You have been praying to God. This is, you believe in God. You've been praying to God for a peace. Really? How low is your self-esteem? Why don't you see yourself as more than that? You just want to be able to go to restaurants with them. What? You pray to your God for that? You want to eat with him? Oh, okay. I can imagine y'all's God like, why the fuck would they want to eat with them? Like, what did you been watching this shit, right? Right, Jesus, you see this shit? Why? Can you explain to me? Can you go back to the year as to why these motherfuckers want to eat with these motherfuckers? That's all they want. They want to go to school with them. They want to work with them. What, work with them? Like, Jesus, you see this shit? You got people that are passionately praying to their God for a peace. For just the cops to stop. It's an entire fucking system. Are you serious? You praying to your God for the cops to stop police brutality? That ain't all. Fuck you mean? That's how low your self-esteem is. You just want a peace? Just want a sip. I want a sip of freedom. Give me a teaspoon, a little sip every 60, 70 years. We'll be fine off that. We can make it off of that. You're so good to us. Nowhere is better than here. That's that slave talk. Remember that? That's that slave talk. This is the mentality that we have. We are praying to our so-called God. And this is whether I believe he real or not. Okay? Y'all know how I feel about the shit. I don't. But look at the psychology of it, though. They believe in it. We're not even talking about the existence of a God. Look at the psychology. Because sometimes you have to look here to see how deep this shit goes. Whether you believe in it or not, look at the black people that are praying to their God, the person that they believe in, their supreme being, their creator, their father, their Lord and Savior. Right? This guy's a pretty big fucking deal. They're asking him for a peace. Come on now. Y'all hear what the fuck I'm saying? How sick is that? Even outside of the belief. Look at the sickness. How low would you have had to be beat down psychologically for you to pray to God for a peace, for police brutality to stop, for the cops to stop killing us? That's all we want. And when all else fails, when shit gets to be looking really fucked up, and it keeps being fucked up for black people, you know what the fuck we say? These the last days. I wish they hurry the fuck up. Because we done been in the goddamn last days for the last century. Oh, shit fucked up. He coming back. Oh, shit fucked up. He gotta be coming back. Oh, shit fucked up. I know he coming back now. Like, look at this shit. He'll be back next week. I know it now. What? You take all the abuse in the world and your self-esteem so low that you like, oh, well, it's almost over. I'm sure of it now. He on his way back. These last 30 years been terrible. This is what we're doing. Y'all do not laugh. Don't laugh, okay? This was a serious examination of the psychology of religious peoples. Okay, that's all. It was supposed to be a serious thing, okay? But this how crazy it is. You have to see that you've been beat down pretty fucking drastically if you've accepted your treatment as a norm for the last days, in which case it's been the last days, your ass still here, and this is what you just gonna keep saying when shit don't go right. Man, they whooping our ass like never before. COVID-19, shit, man, these the last days. And I just want to be like, again? Like, because if you can really talk to him, I want you to tell his ass to come on, goddammit, because I'm tired. Like, what's up with this false announcement? His disciples all wrong? Like, what the fuck? Y'all keep promising for this shit, and it ain't happening. So who the fuck is talking to y'all? Have y'all ever questioned any of that? The prophets? Who talking to them? Because they're getting bad information. They getting some bad information, y'all. How long is it going to be the last days? They killing us right there on camera. That's not last days. That's technology. With your dumb ass. They would have been doing it on camera before. If they would have had camera phones. If there would have been cameras out. You know, like they just trying to, play you or something. Like they just started with the camera phone. Like, no, motherfucker. They would just stand outside and watch. Eat food. Watch you be lynched, burned, discarded, cut pieces off of you for souvenirs and shit. Fucking savage ass cave motherfuckers. Just sick. And they like to try to compare motherfuckers to them. You cannot compare them motherfuckers to us. You just can't do it. The shit that they into, the shit that they've done, you can't do it. You can talk about gun violence if you want to. We're talking about sick as fuck. Like, and I'm not sitting here saying that every victim of gun violence is not some senseless, ridiculous, gun violence, murders happening out here. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about this sickness. To go burn, to hang, lynch, burn, cut a motherfucker up, take them home for souvenirs. And you brought the kids out. That's a different type of sickness. These are the people that you're allowing to rule over you. And as long as they give you a fucking morsel every century, you cool. You're going to pay the taxes. You're going to work yourself up to being a $1.2 trillion a year spending power. Because you're happy. You living your best life. You living your best motherfucking life. So you worked your way up to be this high-powered economy. But yet, you haven't decided to aggregate any of it and work together as a team. This is what we need somebody to get on TV and be talking about. If they're going to be talking to us at all. If they're going to be representing us at all, they need to tell the whole fucking story. And it may not take them as long as I'm taking. Because I can be long fucking winded. But these motherfuckers can say it, goddammit. They talk about everything else. Well, not really everything else. It's typically jobs, crime. They say the same shit. Taxes. The deficit. You know, they say the same fucking terrorist. This goddamn terrorist. The fucking Chinese, man. If a motherfucker is gonna come sit and have a conversation for me, not even with me, not even. Oh, you gotta understand the position these motherfuckers in. Not even with me, or with anybody who thinks like me. I'm nowhere in the motherfucking room. I'm nowhere in the room. But you're talking for me. And your opinion is the popular opinion. That's a problem. That's a serious motherfucking problem. Because I don't want these motherfuckers representing me. Y'all keep telling me to go motherfucking vote, and you got motherfuckers like Obama representing me, like a damn Lance Bottoms representing me. Any of these motherfuckers, they don't come in there and talk. They don't keep it all the way real, man. Y'all know these motherfuckers is pedophiles, man. You know they're organ harvesting. They never say anything about that shit. I can't keep you. To me, you can't let these motherfuckers slide like this. They doing all types of diabolical shit on top of their fucking racist policies and institutions in place to keep us oppressed. They doing all types of diabolical shit. It ain't really the last days. So that means, black people, we have to figure out what the fuck we gonna do. I know we hate that. Because that might require some sacrifice. That might require you changing some of the ideologies that you have. You may not be able to keep up your vanity like you want to. Or at least your idea of vanity. I guess I call it that. It's really an illusion of vanity. Through this vanity, it gives us value in our characters. But if I don't have a representation of myself, somebody who's speaking some shit that I think is real, who the fuck am I supposed to vote for? I've asked this question before here, more than once. And it comes down to this very basic, simple, you know, I would consider it a logical stance. If I don't hear anybody saying anything that I fuck with, who in the fuck am I supposed to vote for? At no level. I don't hear people speaking the way I think they should speak. And they're able to manipulate by saying, and this is what Obama has been able to get away with, being what they call politically correct. That means you telling a microcosm of the truth, if at all. You're only telling a small piece. That's called being politically correct. You gotta speak it soft. Try to speak it, in long, complicated. No, it's simple shit going on here. Because it's the same. It's not like they're changing it up. We've had time to study it. We've had time to see its effects on our people. We've had time to, mull over the situation. We've had people trying to wake us up the whole fucking time. People that they wouldn't put on TV. Because even the media is cave owned. This is a big game. It isn't as simple as a Confederate flag wearing so-called redneck, acting like the South won and shit. These delusional motherfuckers. Because if you really look at this shit, it's a whole lot of delusion going on out here, and it's not even really being dealt with. Honestly. But these delusional motherfuckers, it's bigger than them. And we have to approach the situation like it's bigger than them. There are systems in place. We send our children out here into this world. We need to prepare them for a Barack Obama. We need to prepare them for a Candace Owens. We have to prepare them for both. And on top of preparing them for both of them, we have to prepare them for the motherfucking caves and the caves as system. And what is required of them to keep their motherfucking head up and to pay attention when you're hearing propaganda against your people, that you speak out against it. I'm going to give you the tools. I'm going to give you what it takes. That's our jobs. I made a video about that today on my video channel. If you're not subscribed to my video channel, that link is in the description box. But I'll be dropping mad videos over there. But I want us to understand. I want the people who don't understand my problem with Obama, that if you don't get it now, then you're set and determined to be lost, and that's your motherfucking choice. That's your motherfucking business. I know that this shit's bigger than George Floyd. I know that this shit is bigger than police brutality, police murder. I know it's bigger than that. I understand that it's bigger than that. Does that mean I'm not going to bang on the motherfucking system as a whole still? Because the whole shit is fucked up. It's corrupt. These motherfuckers are sick. But because they sick, we've picked up a whole lot of their ailments, their ideologies. We'll tie some of their ideologies directly to our happiness as black people. These motherfuckers set your dreams up for you. That's how deep the psychological programming is. The sociological programming, if we're looking at this thing on a big, wide scale, because we can. Sociologically, they set your dreams up for you. Your goals are they already set for you. That's how deep the programming is. You worship the celebrities. You worship the talking figureheads who aren't saying a motherfucking thing. Sitting on millions and millions and millions and fucking millions of dollars, up to $1 billion, but they're not doing anything with that money that's conducive to pushing our people forward. They're not doing any motherfucking thing. But we still worship them. Y'all done put Obama up on celebrity status. Because with celebrities, there's a different type of worship that comes with celebrities. That comes with people that are popular even. There's a certain type of dedication black people have to what comes out of their fucking mouths. You'll get motherfuckers saying shit like, preach. That they agree. Even on this speech. that Obama gave. The declaration that Lance Bottoms made per Barack Obama's challenge. That's not a fucking challenge. That is what's easy. And I get so tired of y'all calling challenges when all black people are doing is what's easy. We don't want a challenge for real. We want to do little stupid ass challenges. Challenges that aren't going to push our people forward at all. And we call this type of shit challenges. When it's really not. The caves out here done decided they're going to do a George Floyd challenge. And if you thought they was paying homage to him, maybe some reverence to him, no. What they're doing is getting one of their cave friends to lay down on the ground in their stomach while they put their knee on the back of the friend's neck. This is what they're doing. And see, typically what we do is we see shit like this and we have an emotional, visceral response to it. That's what we'll do. See, I look at this thing, and when you're dealing with the behaviors of the caves, what you have to understand as you're looking at them and the way they conduct themselves is that a lot of times you're looking at a very really a light version, like a very, very light version of the true savage nature of these motherfucking caves. If you do any amount of history, some of the little shit that they do right now, it's not even, we're looking at it like it's some crazy, wildest shit. Like, oh my God, like, these motherfuckers, man. These motherfuckers, that's not, the shit they have in their trick bag. Them insulting us like this, that's not even, that's a small version of this shit. That's a little piece. That's a crumb. What we be getting so big mad about. Like, you should read about some of the shit they've done before. So, and my argument has been, I don't see why we haven't been big mad. You see what I'm saying? That's been my argument. Like, I don't know. I wasn't waiting for George Floyd. I wasn't waiting for that shit to happen. Because it was already happening. You see. These motherfuckers, this is the people that you wake up to please every day. Think about that shit. Every time you see one of these motherfuckers on camera being racist or, whatever the fuck they're doing, being savages, whether eating raw meat, fucking dogs, whatever they're deciding to do with themselves, every time you look at them, you have to think in your head that these are the people that have convinced us that we're inferior and we are seeking acceptance from these people, the caves. We're having them appoint us representatives for us, to speak for us, the caves. This is what they doing. These people? Is this bitch tongue kissing her dog? Because I can look at that and be like, man, the caves, wild, whatever, blah, blah, blah. My issue is black people are looking to these people for acceptance. Yo, I'm more concerned about you. Since we are one, I'm more concerned about how the fuck did you allow them to do you like that? Everything they do targets you. Even when it looks like it's a play for us. I'm going to say this and I'm going to get off here, really. I'm about to get off here. I'm going to say this. Even if you look at these marijuana laws, if you look at these laws, if you look at the legalization and the things that are happening, whether it be on recreational level, like in a state like Colorado, or whether it's just on a medical level, whether you're just doing the medical marijuana thing, look what they've allowed. And I'm going to explain this plutocracy, oligarchy, so you can see the big picture and understand this is an extension of why I say Obama is motherfucking trash. He didn't tell us this stuff. He didn't put you up on no type of game. He wasn't showing you how to look at this shit. He didn't do that work. Ain't nobody doing that work. And that's why I ain't got nobody to vote for. But look at how they still treating black people with this weed thing. Because now most of the states are requiring you to have a license. A grower's license. This is for the states that is legally on a recreational level and people can actually grow. Because we understand it's still illegal on a federal level, which is some weirdo shit that we should question, but we won't. So we'll just breeze through that because I don't want that to be the focus of what I have to say here. I mean, I could get into that, but like I said, just let me make this point because I ain't gonna go down that rabbit hole. Like, y'all should have a problem with that. Like, you know ain't nothing wrong with the shit. Federally, it's illegal, but in some states you can get fucked up. You trash. Like, we should, but I'll continue. You have to have a license to grow. And what would look like something that is maybe pro-black. You know, maybe this is, because this is something that we've been targeted for, more so than the white man and his motherfucking mama. You know, these cops, 3Ks, are patrolling our areas at all times looking for bags of weed and ounces of weed, and they just stay on our motherfucking head. It's like sharks just circling some prey in the ocean by their goddamn self, like a whole team of goddamn motherfuckers. That's what the cops act like in the hood. Anyway, even if ain't nobody getting shot, somebody gonna be getting arrested regardless, because if ain't nobody getting robbed, ain't nobody getting shot, you don't even have to be in an active form of committing a would-be violent crime, somebody still gonna get arrested. It doesn't matter. Stop and frisk, motherfucker. Like, that's right. Legislation for that, and everybody be okay with it. But I'll continue. So, you know, this is something that's directly, disproportionately affected our people, right? And when they're legalizing, you thinking that, damn, maybe they really looking out for black people. No. Because they're requiring that the people who want to grow to have licenses. And these licenses are not motherfucking free. What do you have to start a business? Anybody. What you gotta have? Especially if you're doing it by yourself. If you don't have no partners, you better have some motherfucking capital. You better have some capital. So, a black person tries to get in this game of growing their own marijuana, unless they're fucking super rich. These licenses can cost thousands, up to hundreds of thousands, and I've even done some research to see one that costs 1.6 or $7 million. Who got that type of money? Anybody know? Other than the rich now. I mean, I guess that eliminates everybody, don't it? So even when they're doing something that's supposed to act like it's looking out for us, it's really not, because where the fuck we gonna get that type of capital just to get the license? That's before we even get to renting out the space. Buying the shit, growing the shit, creating a shop. That takes capital. When they keep you out of the fucking market, because if you don't already have that capital, it's not like you can go to the bank and get a loan. Like, yo, I'm trying to start a business. These motherfuckers charging me a goddamn $20,000 just for the fucking license. Let me get a hefty ass loan up off your motherfucking cave ass. They gonna look at you and say, sorry, but X, Y, and Z, you know, is fucked up on your shit, so you don't meet the qualifications. They're not gonna tell you, you black. I don't want you starting no businesses around here. So they have other ways to explain this to you. You don't qualify. That phrase right there is one of the most anti-black phrases used against our people. I'm talking about they might use that more than they use nigger, goddammit. To keep us out of motherfucking, from being competitive. You do not qualify. And you don't get to say, well, shit, I'm black. You bitches had a 400-year head start, so I qualify. You don't get to go in there with that argument. That don't work nowhere. You try that shit if you want to. They'll laugh your ass clean out that goddamn bank. Like, did y'all see that motherfucker come here earlier? They'll be on lunch break talking about your silly ass. That don't work. Can't walk in there talking about how your people done had it rough and you trying to start a goddamn business so you can pass down generational wealth. So you can get your people in business with you in order to build a goddamn corporation even out of this shit. They're not down with you doing that. And they're not going to tell you that, well, you black and y'all be damned if you're going to be my competition out here in this world. So they'll tell you that you don't qualify. Still keep you locked up for this marijuana. Now, the only people that can invest in this is the motherfuckers that's already millionaires anyway. Most of the weed grown legally in this country, I'm talking about it's up in the 90 percentiles. It's old white men. Corporations with long money. How they get that money? How they get it? So they can start their business. You still pushed out of this business. And you telling me a motherfucker gonna get on TV and not tell this whole story? Not do whatever he can while he's in office to rectify this issue? To rectify these issues? You don't even talk about them? DACA? Gay niggas can get married? Are you fucking serious? Dreamers Act and shit? Are you fucking serious, nigga? You done ran out here acting like you about to go in here and represent black people, and this is what the fuck you come back with? After 4 years, they can't do nothing. Black people make an excuse with you. They revote your motherfucking ass in there. You do another 4, you still don't do shit for them. And even after you're done, you know you still got influence over people. You still come in here and give us goddamn speeches of motherfucking coon babble ass bullshit. That's why Obama is trash. Anybody who called themselves accepting his challenge, telling y'all they're going to do this because they really trying to get these protesters to chill. Not going to happen. They wouldn't even be talking about this if it wasn't for the people that's outside protesting. They wouldn't even be talking about this shit like that. So they did that. It wasn't no kumbaya praying shit either. Couple bricks. We'll call it that. Couple bricks. Alright? Couple motherfucking bricks. That's what's even got them having the conversation. That's why they changed the charge from third-degree murder to second-degree murder. Now, we know that doesn't motherfucking matter. I mean, it's a system in place that's going to make light of the situation. And I wouldn't give a damn even if they do lock his motherfucking ass up. And I don't give a damn if they give that motherfucker 1,000 years. Bitch, I'm still going to be mad. These motherfuckers think they slick as fuck, yo. Like, they think they slick even if they do that. That's just one. Or that's just 4. If they don't end up locking these other motherfuckers up. Like, motherfucker, that's just 4. That's not retribution. That's not speaking about the system that still has a lot of our men and women in prison right now. Mostly our men. And y'all motherfuckers get to come out here and sell weed and they gonna tell me that opioids is the new crisis now? Look at how the fuck they insult you. And ain't nobody talking about that? Like, you telling me I can't get not any one of these political motherfucking figureheads to get on there and talk about that unapologetically and talk about how hypocritical that is and push to get all nonviolent drug offenders released from prison right motherfucking now? They might have to bleep out the motherfucking all up on TV. They might have to bleep that out, but that's the type of fire I want to see, man. I don't give a fuck about this politically correct shit. I want to see fire coming from black people. This politically correct trash, like, you know, I understand the language. I can speak the language. But I don't want to hear that motherfucking shit. This ain't no politically correct conversation to have. This shit is atrocious. You don't talk about atrocity in no politically correct way. I don't feel like you should be able to do that. Because that means you ain't got no passion behind your shit. That means you really ain't trying to give a fuck about it, really. You're not appalled. Because when you appalled, it don't matter if you try to be calm or not. Y'all ever notice that shit? When you genuinely apologize, you may be like, you know what? I'm gonna be calm about this shit. But you just can't. Y'all know every time I come and I sit down right here to talk to y'all, I be coming in thinking, okay, let me go talk about Obama. I'm gonna stay calm as fuck. I'm gonna use this voice the whole time. I'm gonna keep it chill. I'll do the cool ass radio voice the whole time. But when you passionate about some shit, you can't stay that way. So if you can stay that way, motherfucker, you with them. God damn it. That's what I don't give a fuck. If you can stay calm and talk about this shit and not feel fucking disgusted, insulted by what the fuck they're doing to our people, then you with them. I'm doing that, God damn it. Be motherfucking 1, 2, 3. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. That's where I'm at with this shit. Cause I don't see how motherfuckers stay. I try to stay calm, y'all. I swear I do. Y'all man like, Rob, you fucking lying like hell. I swear I be trying to stay calm. But once I get into it, once I start going, and once I start looking at this shit as a whole, and once I, start looking at our people and how the fuck we continue to fall for this shit, because his followers are more problematic than he is at this goddamn point. Because they don't understand shit. They didn't look up the legislation. They don't care when people come out here and insult them to their goddamn face. And they expect me to act like them. And it's like, no, motherfucker, you a coon. Like, what? Your team ain't the shit. No. Ain't nobody coming to sit by y'all. Like, fuck you mean? What the fuck do you mean with your snitching ass? Every time I say something, here you are reporting my shit. You know what I'm saying? Look at how many motherfucking coons was created out here in this world. And it's you reporting my shit. Motherfucker. It be the motherfucking coon ass. It be these goddamn coon motherfuckers out here reporting this shit, man. That's the mindset they got, though. Something's wrong with these motherfuckers. They don't even have sense enough to move on. Like, you sick when you can't move on. You sick as fuck. When you can't just move on. That's a matter of having a healthy psychology, a healthy mind. Like, you have the ability. I don't like what they're saying. And it's not affecting my life at all. I mean, it's just a motherfucker on YouTube or Instagram or Twitter. It's just a motherfucker. When you don't have the ability to move on, you sick. You sick. You psychologically ill. That you'll come out here and stand against me for free. These are motherfuckers you gotta look out for these motherfuckers for the free. Everything they do, even if it looks like it's for us. Like with some of these marijuana laws. Y'all thinking, hey, they're gonna let everybody out that got charges with marijuana? Nope. They're not. Hasn't been a wave of that happening out here in these streets like that. No. That's not happening. And they're keeping you out of the market to even grow the weed. So you were the biggest, the largest affected group by these laws, and you can't even get you a free business. Motherfucker, black people should be able to walk up and be like, yo, yeah, I'm gonna start growing my own shit. And it should be free. Like, seriously. The business should be able to operate for free for 264 years. We should be able to start any business we want and have all white folk working. And they have to work for free generation after generation after generation for 264 years. Then maybe we can have a conversation about fairness, economic fairness that's even, injustice that's even backed by the laws that they call just. Any business. Goddamn it, I want to build lamps. I don't give a fuck what it is, motherfucker. I want to do something. Anything it is, free labor, 264 years. And we won't even whoop your ass while you working. We won't even beat the shit out of you while you working. You can do a regular shift. Go home when you're supposed to go home and shit. You come in 9 to 5, you get to go to the crib. 264 years for free though. I don't have no payroll or nothing coming for you. No. I'll come bring you something to eat to your house every once in a while. Whenever I get through with the leftovers, we're going to collect it in a big garbage bag and come drop it off at y'all's houses and shit like that. We'll do it like that. Our shit won't even be fucked up like y'all's was. Nah, we not going to be, raping y'all and then like, ew, who the fuck wants to fuck one of y'all? Like, y'all good. Keep your pussy. You going to be good. Nobody's going to rape you bitches or nothing like that. No, nobody wants your pussy any goddamn way, right? We'll even do it humane. But I need that 264 years free labor and all free equipment. You can get some of your factories to build the equipment, but just run me all that equipment that I need. I'll send you a motherfucking list. You send me over the shit, all right? We can do it. We can do it humane. I want to start me a gym, bitch. Put all the weights in there for me and the good equipment. Yeah, I want the running machines that talk to motherfuckers while they're running. Soothe them and shit. Sauna and all in the back. Pool, yeah, full-blown pool, everything. I want all the shit. Yeah. I mean, that might be crazy, but they're keeping us out of a business that we've been disproportionately targeted for, and nobody will come speak about how fucking disgusting that is. They'll talk about it like it's like a matter of, well, you know that black people were disproportionately affected by marijuana laws, so it's only right that I don't want to hear a motherfucker talking like that to me. It's only right. Like, bitch, what the fuck you talking about? Have you seen this shit? Families have been destroyed. People is dead and gone already, motherfucker. What you mean? But y'all, I ran my mouth for a long fucking time, and I really hope that I've done a thorough enough job of explaining my issue with Obama, his wife, because she a part of him, because she ain't coming to tell us shit either. The people who support Obama, there are reasons for supporting Obama that are trash, and I would argue that Obama is just as cringeworthy and trash to me as Candace Kundis Owens. I would argue that. And his is a little bit deeper because he was actually the president. And he didn't do nothing for black people. So, and many black men and women died under his watch. Flint's water not being punished. A whole lot of things went unpunished on his watch. So for him to be the guy to come up with the plan, it just doesn't make any sense. Because we're talking about these motherfuckers being punished. That's what the conversation is. And they haven't been punished because you motherfuckers are racist. Like, they're racist. You're racist as fuck, and you make a lot of money off of my pain. And there will be some black people that will stoop to the levels of, faking the funk for monetary gain. Be ready. Be mindful of this, because again, we have to start being mindful of our environments. Because you may not have an entire, organization that can be infiltrated by these people right now, but one day you might. And you need to know how to see these type of motherfuckers. I don't give a damn. If they falter just a little, like, it's just like, yo, that was some coon shit right there. Be ready for more coon shit to follow. Like, you can feel it when it's hitting you. You just keep letting it slide. You keep making it logical. Like, that's the only thing they could have said because they had to say it like that because they're in a certain position. You come up with excuses for them. That's what you've done for this man. That's what you did for him his entire presidency. You made excuses to make everything he was doing okay. And that's trash. But it's not all his fault. It's your fault. Because you ignored people that's been trying to tell you what the fuck is going on with these politicians and with these people, and how America, 3Ks, don't get this shit fucked up, incorporated, treats your people. And you keep thinking that somebody about to go in there and represent you the way they're supposed to. The people that represent you the way they're supposed to aren't allowed in there. Period. Because, you know, another thing that you have to run for any political office, you got to have some money. That's why most political peoples is the motherfucking white folk. It's them folk, it's them caves. This country wouldn't even black people wouldn't elect the motherfucker that's talking like I'm talking right now. Black people wouldn't elect that. Man, that dude crazy. Did you hear him say something about white people working for free for 246 years? That motherfucker is crazy. Even black people won't be like, our minds are so sick, like we don't even require a motherfucker to bring that heat. We don't even require it. But yeah, I hope I did a good job explaining myself, y'all. Mad love to anybody who made it to this point in the video, y'all. Make sure you hit that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel, this channel, as well as my video channel, because I put more content on my video channel. Some of you that follow that channel know that I make videos over there pretty much almost every day. So, you know, I put a lot of videos up over there while I'm on the road. And I just want y'all to think about what we said, what's been said here tonight, and, you know, understand that this has been my position for a long time now. So we can't allow people that are trying to minimize this, you know, burst of energy that we have right now into George Floyd. We can't let people do that. Like, we can't allow people to do that. Because this is bigger than that. It's bigger than that cave ass cop. It's bigger than that. There's an entire system here that needs to be addressed. And its practices need to be addressed. And it doesn't need to be done nicely either. Or to coddle people's ears, or, you know, oh, my kid listening, so you better set their asses down. And if you ain't gonna tell them, you better let somebody tell them. Because they're gonna be hearing some cussing anyway. You let them listen to Cardi B. Stop playing. All right, your baby know what pussy and everything is already. So just dick and all. They already know all that. So you're not sheltering them or filtering them from that, because you listening to that with them. But you don't want them to hear any type of profanity or anything when it comes to them learning about their black identity. If you're not going to do the work, you better let somebody do it for me. It don't have to be me. It doesn't have to be me. It could be somebody else that's, you know, better spoken, or somebody else who's less, you know, profane. I don't care who it is. If you're not going to do it, you need to get, your kid need to be listening to somebody do it. And that's from a young age. And stop fucking around too. I talked about this today on my video channel. We are fucking around. Our kids need to be able to recognize an Obama when he coming. Should be able to spot an Obama 4 miles away. Not a mile. You know, we all did a mile away. Not a mile. 4, goddammit. Spot an Obama from 4 miles away. Spot a Candace Owens from 6, goddammit. That's the work we must do. And spot the caves from 10, goddammit. That's the work we have to do. That's what's required. And as it remains, I don't have anybody to vote for. So mad love to y'all. I appreciate everybody who came in to fuck with me tonight. I'll see y'all again soon. I don't know when exactly. Y'all know I announced it pretty late. My shit be pretty random. But whenever I get time, I come talk to y'all. So I hope y'all was able to chop this up with me. And I'm sorry I didn't get to none of y'all's comments. I was running my fucking mouth a lot. I did a lot. I did a lot tonight. But there should be no confusion anymore about where I stand and why. as far as Obama's concerned, and any other motherfucking puppet out here that's out here playing games with our people. All right. Black first, second, and third. Shout out Team Rob. Y'all already know what the fuck it is. I'm out.